Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Kat with Living Solo, Living Well, and I've changed my filming area. I am sitting outside in my backyard, and I don't know if you can see, but I have some hostas back here that are starting to come up. I've also got several other plants around this area, hostas, that are going to be very big this year. They were huge last year. I had two of them that were absolutely gigantic and beautiful. And so I've got a butterfly bush over to the side over there, and I've got some other plants. I did put some flowers in some pots yesterday, and I feel the bugs. So it's about in the 70s, I believe, and it's such a beautiful day. So I wanted to sit out here and just pop on and talk about I am writing a book. And I've wanted to write a book for years. I talked to someone just the other day, and for some reason, whatever they said just kind of prompted me to go ahead and start. So I'm doing it through KDP, I guess that's Kindle Direct Publishing on Amazon. And actually today I was working on chapter 5. So it's a memoir, and it is just kind of like an autobiographical book. It may be nothing to people, but it's actually very cathartic and very therapeutic, getting things out and talking about them. And I printed off or wrote up something that I found online because I was wondering, what exactly is a memoir? What do I call my book? And I found that it says a memoir is to explore and reflect on specific periods or themes in an author's life to gain new understanding, share wisdom, provide comfort, and create a lasting legacy. So it focuses on personal growth, emotional truth, and lessons learned through specific experiences rather than a comprehensive life story. The other thing I read was that a memoir is art. It's an expression of oneself. And I like that because I'm an artist when I do abstract art. I love that. So to me, this is just another form, and I like that they considered it an art, whoever they are. It's a crafted story or transformation designed to help, inspire, and or entertain an audience. So one of the things that I remember when I was growing up, my mom wrote for a little magazine, and I don't recall much about it, but I think I did when she passed away several years ago. I was given some items of hers, and one of them was this little magazine or this little flyer, and where she had written a couple different articles. So my mom was very artistic, and she was also a nurse, a licensed practical nurse, and I'm an RN, a registered nurse. So I feel like I get some things carried over from my mom, like some genetics or, that gene or something. So anyways, I wanted to try my hand at it. I wanted to try my hand at writing a book. It's been very intimidating over the years. So it took me to yesterday. Yesterday is when I started it, and already on chapter 5. So it may be boring to some people. It may be exciting to some people. It may be informative. And it's just kind of a highlight of just the struggles I've gone through as a kid all the way to now, and how I think my dog may pop into the camera in just a minute. But anyway, there she is. That's Sophie. So anyway, it is reflective of the struggles I went through, how they affected me, and how I was different in my family, and then how that is carried through to where it's helped me to persevere and to overcome. So anyway, I will let you know when I get it published, but for now I'm enjoying writing it, and it's also bringing back a lot of memories. So as you would think it would, because all these things I went through and life experiences are, some of them are hard. Some of them are making me emotional. When I put in my information and then I type it up, and then when I reread it, it does. I've cried. I've had tears So there are a lot of emotional parts to it. So anyway, so today I also, besides that, I wanted to talk about the difference in people. So as most of you know, when I posted in a prior video about being gaslit, the difference in people, like when I had that job and I was gaslit and I was lied about, the difference at the job now, the PRN nursing job I have now, between management and coworkers at this job versus at the other job where I was gaslit and lied about, the difference in people, well, there's Sophie. The difference, hey Soph, the difference in people and their behavior and how they treat employees blows my mind. It's so different. The job I'm at now is a sedentary job in a hospital, but it's in a clinic, a wound clinic, and I work in the hyperbaric chamber portion of that clinic. So the hyperbaric chamber, oxygen chamber, is used to help, I think I had a bug in my hair, is used to help wounds heal. So they could be wounds that are open wounds, or we have someone that had radiation to a certain area, internal area of the body, and this is helping heal that area that was damaged by the radiation. So it's amazing to me that hyperbaric oxygen chamber can be used to treat wounds and treat injuries. It also helps with brain injuries, from what I've heard. I've not yet attempted to get in a hyperbaric chamber because I have claustrophobia and I just can't stay in this small enclosure for very long. It just gets me too anxious. So maybe one day I'll get there, but it is a wonderful position, and it's helping people, and I just love it. So, but anyway, the difference at the other job and other jobs as well, besides the most recent one where they gaslit me, the difference between employees, co-workers, and management at that job is vastly different. They were very curt and rude and almost unhelpful, and they would belittle you or reel you in and then let loose on a verbal barrage. And at this current job, it's totally different. I've had nothing but helpful, nice co-workers wanting me to succeed and wanting to help me. So I do have some limitations vision-wise, and that does come into play, but the person who is training me is a manager, and she has accommodated the needs that I have and is very patient with me. It takes me a minute to get things into focus with my vision, and just to kind of find things, my eyes having to dart around on the computer to find, when she's telling me, okay, it's over there in the right-hand corner, versus click the button that says blah, blah, blah. There's so many buttons and words, and I have to find what I'm looking for. And she's very gracious about being patient with me. So that's nice. I was kind of worried about that because, it has affected, the brain injury had affected my vision, which has affected the jobs that I've had. So it's hard to do a job when you have limitations. So to have those accommodations and people respect that, it's made a huge difference. So I just wanted to hop on here and talk about the difference in people and what an amazing difference I've noticed. So I think it just means that when you're trying to find the right job, you need to look around and see where the fit is the best. Where do you fit in the best? So it's hard to tell until you start the job, and then you find out the little nuances and the bad things. You don't know about those up front until you've been there. But fortunately, at the prior job, I was able to recognize it on day one, and I didn't continue. I lived that kind of environment after I had the fall and the brain injury, and it was difficult. And I lived with people who doubted me, who accused me of lying and accused me of not having any injuries and not having any deficits, and that was difficult. So I can't. You may hear vehicles out in the background, but I can't work in that kind of environment. I don't have the patience or the tolerance now after the head injury. It's kind of done a number on me, and so I have to recognize that, and I have to find what works and what fits. So I guess my thoughts for today to encourage you are to find what works for you and don't put up with things that you don't have to put up with. Find what's comfortable, find what you're able to do, whether you have limitations or not. Find what you're willing to put up with. And as I've gotten older, and as my memoir will say, over the years, all these different experiences have taught me what I will and won't put up with. And people may think that's petty, but you get to a point where you have to do for you. So find what works for you. When I named my channel Living Solo, Living Well, I may not be physically 100% well. I don't know if I'm mentally well either, but living solo and living well to me means doing the best that I can do for my situation. So if living well means I changed jobs because I wasn't going to put up with crap from people or belittling or lying about or telling me that I lied, I'm going to find something that fits with what I need. So anyway, on that note, I will let you go, and I will let you know how my book is coming along. So I hope everyone has a great afternoon, and I will see you soon.